Go live.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There she was.
Mm-hmm.
Getting an ad for dog food?
Good. Now you know what to feed your dogs.
Ims.
Mm.
Oh, you got them all zenithal and everything.
Yeah.
You got them all thawed.
Mm-hmm. It took forever to drill him onto this paperclip because I don't have a drill bit that's exactly the same size as my paperclips. I have a drill bit that's exactly right for my old paperclips that I used up. I need to figure out what size that is and just order a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Dr. Drogle, Brett S.
Hey, hey. Welcome to the stream.
Mm-hmm.
How was your Christmas or past 2 days?
Mm-hmm.
Brettis, I did not vote for this model. Boo!
All right. Brett S. I did not vote for this model. Boo!
Yep.
You're painting Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers movie? Awesome. Power Surge. I heard someone say to use Jenga blocks. Take two and wood glue them together to make good handles. There's there's a tiny little piece of dust that got glued down to his eye. So I'm gonna try to get that off. Do I have any hobby knife near me?
Do you have a tweeze?
We're a little small for a tweeze.
Oh, I could tweeze it. I have a tweeze set.
That's true. You have the good tweezers. I have one one-time use medical tweezer.
Yeah. You got a big old tweeze.
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
I think this is like a little gem of a model though. It's actually really nice.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a very, very cute model.
Mm-hmm. And time to look for some reference. How am I going to be painting this guy? This guy I'm painting up for. I made custom rules for a PSYKER in the GW game Lost Patrol. If anyone remembers that little gem.
Yep. Good old that game.
Yeah.
It's fun if you change all the rules.
Yeah, if you change all the rules.
Really fun.
Let's see. 40k PRIMARIS PSYKER. Yeah, this is PRIMARIS. This guy was PRIMARIS before PRIMARIS were cool. Alright, so GW did purple and light brown robe, or a jacket, with green for his little dick flag tabard thing. And then
Because you always pick the models with the dick tabards.
yeah, it's hard.
I guess
Look
they-
for a 40k model that doesn't have a dick towel or a dick tabard.
That's true.
There's more that have it than don't. Ooh, I never paint with green. Maybe I'll do green.
Is he gonna fit in with your other guys, or is he gonna
No,
be different?
He's gonna be different. Let's see. Green. This person did green. Purple. Purple's a very magical color. Maybe he'll have purple lining. Do purple and green go together?
Yes, they're complements, aren't they? No, they're not. Because green and red are complements.
Mm-hmm. Aren't green and or purple and orange are opposites, right?
Blue and orange are opposites.
Blue and orange are opposites.
I think purple and yellow.
Mm.
People do a green and purple all the time.
Mm-hmm. Chat, what do you guys think? How should I paint this Primaris PSYKER?
Hey, Craig chirping. And hey, Zerg619. Exactly. Brett asks, Christmas was good, got nothing hobby related, but was still good. You guys? I got nothing.
I got some shirts, some t-shirts.
I did get a sweater.
Liar! Filthy,
they don't count as
filthy liar.
They don't count as presents because you have to use them because you wear them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fun. Caleb loving red and green. Brett S. I like green and purple.
Green and purple.
Dr. Droko, purple and green are contrasting colors on the color wheel, therefore they go together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Purple and green. I can do that. Purple and green.
Dr. Droko. Plus, if he is purple and green, he can be a Primaris pimper instead.
Mm-hmm. What colors would make sense on him? Probably some blue for an energy effect on his eyes and staff. Well, I think I'm gonna put down some purple and see what happens.
Love it. I'm fixing up some of the old mech guns.
Yeah.
Ooh boy, were these put together by a child? I don't know why, but I only primed one of them black, and then stripped the paint off of it.
Huh.
I don't know why.
So that you could prime it black again, so that you could do a better job priming it the next time.
Maybe I didn't like how I put it together, because I put it together with super glue, so it all fell apart. So it's all in pieces. But I'm just gonna glue it back together, getting almost exactly how it was.
Mm-hmm.
I did do a very bad job. gluing the ones together that I can't get apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nightmare.
Purple and green equals the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't the Astra Militarum Psykers metal only? Yes, this guy is metal. I think I'm going to paint the lining of his coat purple. And whenever a model is really busy like this, I always feel like I go too hard with the colors. So I'm going to try to limit my palette as much as I can.
One color.
Yeah, purple and green is also the Riddler. Hey! He's in grayscale right now. Done. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe and.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh yeah. So remember we were looking earlier today at on the Games Workshop website,
Mm-hmm.
and they have that orc, the classic green screen reimagined.
Mm-hmm.
With the orc with the belly with the little grot with the bullets
Yeah.
coming out of the bag. Does anyone know how much that is? Because what's annoying is you can get it at your local store,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't say what price it is or anything.
I would bet it's $35 because that's what I paid for the Terminator Chaplain. I think.
I would say that model's not good enough to be $35. Let's see, what does it say? What is it called? They have a special name for this, but it's not. Yes. Warhammer Commemorative Series. Dave Dog, I bought one today in Spain. How much was it in Spanish bucks?
Yeah, doubloons.
Yes. Or I guess euros.
Doubloons.
The price in euros. Hang on. Okay, perfect. I like Spanish bucks better, even though it doesn't make any sense. I got my freedom units to euros calculator out already.
Have you ever had an old lady look through the window at you with your back turned to her and you are shaking a paint bottle at the time? I don't think so. I mean, I'm in a basement, so that'd be weird.
A basement with no windows.
A basement with no windows.
Yeah, or ways out. Also, it seems like Dave Dog, you have a... Does your model have that as the name? Because I don't even know what the name of the model is. It just says a classic green skin reimagined. It's a neat model, but I am...
I mean, how cheap would it have to be for you to buy it?
I mean, if it's $20, I'd buy it.
Hmm?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool for $20.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's $35, I don't know.
Yeah. I could see it for $20.
Yeah, I love the grot. The grot's really, for me, that's what makes it. There's a lot of expression in what's happening to him, and I really like it. I like the... I hope that's what the boys... Like, if they come up with new boys, I hope that's kind of what they look like. Like that I like the big old belly hanging out.
Boys, boys, boys.
Exactly. And the faces, it's all teeth, but it's really all teeth. Like even more than normal.
Zurich609. With the money I got for Christmas, I was planning on buying some Gorilla Glue, but too expensive. So I am aiming to buy some texture paste and a small saw.
Sounds like a good plan.
Has anybody watched oh no, I'm gonna forget the name of it. Perfect Home, Stuck at Home, Home Nice. What's it called? It's a Korean show on Netflix.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are comparing it to like Stranger Things and a lot of really good shows. Home Sweet Home, Sweet Home.
Wow.
I know I'm close.
I've heard a lot about the Queen's Gambit being good, but I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I care that much.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's good.
Yep.
Dr. Trokel. With the money I got from Christmas, I was going to buy some Coke, but too expensive. I'm going to get Pepsi instead. Cocaine. Cocaine is really the gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm. Because you have to keep buying more to feel the same feelings.
Home Sweet Home. Sweet Home?
Sweet Home Alabama?
I think that's it.
I know you said Korean, so I feel like that's... Is it a Korean show? Like, in Korean?
Yeah.
Or... Do you have to read?
I think there's a dub.
Oh. Did you read it?
No, I watched half of 1 second of it.
Oh.
I want to watch it though. It's apparently it's a monster show. Like these people are stuck in their homes and there's monsters outside, and they have to figure out what to do. And the monsters are really weird and interesting. Caleb Lubbing. I'll just spend my Christmas money on plastic crack.
Yeah. There you go.
The special edition or cost is 25 euros from GW store in Madrid.
Okay, let's see.
All right, well, it's not looking good.
25. Oops, I have it as 250. $30.
30 bucks.
So it's probably 35.
Yep.
That's my guess. And I understand the idea is they trick you into going to the store and you're like $35 and then you still buy it anyways.
Yeah.
It's a cool model. I don't know. It's I don't know for me if it's that cool.
If it's a knob, I think I'd be excited. If it's just a boy,
It's just a boy. It's probably, I don't know.
Because if it's a knob, it could be you know, the leader of a boy squad or the leader of a knob squad, or. But if it's just a fun boy,
I think it's just a fun boy. Because it's just Slugga Choppa. He doesn't look that big compared to the Grot.
That's true. Knobs are big. Ooh, speaking of stuff filmed in Korea, have you seen Train to Busan? So good. Yeah, it's a zombie movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. It looks really good.
I heard about it.
Dave Dog, I ain't opened Zurich Gut Stompa. Has he got special rules? Dave Dog, do you own the model?
Yeah, he said that he bought it.
Neat.
Right? Good old past Nick, putting stuff together.
Mm-hmm. You know what I watched last night? I watched Django Unchained. And holy cow, is that movie a masterpiece. It's so good. I totally see why some people wanted Leonardo DiCaprio to get an Oscar for that. Because he played a very good, horrible racist.
I mean, I feel like there's some people out there that could do a pretty good job at that as well. They wouldn't really be playing, though. Brett S. Nothing says Christmas like Django Unchained.
Yeah, it snows in part of the movie. It's Christmas. Django. Django. The D is silent. Dr. Trokel. The scene where DiCaprio's hand starts bleeding when he's yelling at the dinner table is real. He cut it open when he smashed the glass. Yes! Yes, I have heard that. And it really works in the scene. I put a little bit of black paint in my purple, and it just completely took it over.
There's now black paint.
Mm-hmm. And I'm using plenty of matte medium to thin down my paint to take advantage of the zenithal.
Exactly. Did anybody buy themselves some Warhammer stuff? Or looking to buy themselves some Warhammer stuff now that Christmas is over?
Dr. Trokel, have you seen Hateful Eight? Love Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight is also very good. I don't think it's as good as Django Unchained, but it's still very, very good. Ooh, Brett asks, I kind of predicted no Warhammer stuff, so I bought myself the Necron Christmas Battle Force a few weeks ago.
Ah, yes.
Ooh, AR Indominus box set and Blood Angels Combat Patrol set for presents. Dave Dog, I just want my pervert emperor's children. Ooh. Caleb Loving, I bought a gladiator tank and 2 hell drakes today. Dr. Chokol, did you know about the guitar being destroyed in Hateful Eight? Yeah, apparently the guitar was an actual, like, historic relic. And they just smashed it.
Wow. John Langer, yay, I got my minis for Christmas. Some Warhammer and Reaper figures. What Warhammer stuff and Reaper stuff did you get? ARA, I also bought for myself the Deathwatch Combat Patrol, LOL.
The all Primaris Deathwatch. Yeah, I'm a little bummed that I have like 30 Deathwatch Space Marines on bike. And it looks like Primaris Outriders are going to be the bikers. I guess I could proxy, because they're almost identical. Except for one is way bigger than the other. Other than that, they're almost identical.
Well, if you were to proxy, your opponent has to be okay with it, and I will not be okay with it.
Aw, Dr. Struggle. I didn't buy or get any minis, but I made Santa hats from Fimo clay on all my minis. Yeah!
Is that true?
Be amazing
That's
if
hilarious.
it is. I thought those hats turned out great.
I think they're so cute. I had on I maybe you saw on Instagram I made a reel that's just the pan of that, and people loved it.
Yep.
Just a bunch of orcs with the Santa hats on them.
I don't even remember doing that pan.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
You know what was crazy when that video dropped and we had the intro with everything decked out for Christmas? We filmed that like 3 weeks in advance.
Yeah. We did. That was, yeah. We did film it. So long ago.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Craig Turpin, those hats were damn near perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Dropel, maybe it's true. Maybe. June Gar, what camera are you using to stream? It is the Logitech Brio.
Before, we were
camera.
using the iPhone SE.
Yeah. And it is all the difference. It's all the difference. Ooh. Dr. Drokel, the only thing missing from the video was to put a Santa hat on the Advil Bad Santa.
Yeah.
But I guess he wasn't painted yet.
No. There was another video that came out not too long ago that featured the Anvil Industries Bad Santa.
What video was he in? And if you don't know, watch all the videos again,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you'll see it.
Well, not ours.
Yeah, there's a video that we have it in there.
Oh, do we?
Do you know where it is?
A video with the Bad Santa in it?
You hold him. You hold him for a sec.
Oh, yeah. He's in Why You're Not Improving.
Mm-hmm.
For just a second.
For just a second.
He's getting his close-up.
Yeah.
Craft World Guardian Squad. Funny that I love orcs. Never had any Craft World Eldar.
Oh, it sounds like me.
Are all Eldar Craft World Eldar? Or is Craft World Eldar a way of saying normal Eldar?
Yes, I believe so. Because I think the Codex is Craft Worlds, right? I don't know. I'm gonna sell all my Eldar.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of my New Year's resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Finish the orcs. Probably sell the Eldar. Or at least the Dark Eldar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the Dark Eldar anymore.
AR, I use painting as my smoking weed and relaxing time. Yeah.
Perfect. As everyone should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's nice trying to get these all these old models prepped and ready for painting.
Yeah.
They've been collected for such a long time.
I mean, it's so easy to get a lot of work done when you're like putting together a whole squad.
Mm-hmm.
Painting a whole squad.
Oh my god.
You know,
yeah, it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. I put all my
That's gonna be,
Necrons
quite
what's it called? Army roster, command roster, battle scribe, and it came out to 5,500 points.
Wow. I'm gonna have to do that with the orcs.
Mm-hmm. It's super easy.
Yeah. Do you think we have similar? I bet
you have
I don't know.
more. I mean, you have so many more bodies.
I have so many more bodies, but it's a lot less points.
Yeah, each body is only worth about half a warrior.
So that's what I'm wondering in points how much it is.
Mm-hmm. Also, I found out that I have almost no heavy support. Now that Necron spiders have gone into elite, I have not a single heavy support unit.
Wow.
So I may have to rectify that.
Are you gonna buy new models?
Possibly.
Ooh,
I think
so naughty.
my dream is that the video is going, and it's like day 6, and I'm like, I'm done. So then I go to Gray's Lake and get more models, and then finish the new one too.
Wow,
That'd be my dream.
That is insane.
I know. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen for sure. Yeah, how would it not?
Well, I don't know if we could be talking about this.
It's just over 5,000 points of Necrons.
Yeah. I don't know if we should be talking about this on this
That's
stream,
true. That's true.
but have you planned out like what you have to do on what day?
Nope.
Yeah, I have to, and I'm gonna.
Mhm.
I
Down
don't
to the
know. I
minute.
might. Yeah, down to the minute. I mean, it's gonna be important.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to watch the Ninjon video again, where he finishes his
Yeah.
stuff in a weekend.
His Ossiarch Boner Boys.
Ah, it's that. I mean, if you want a video that's gonna inspire you to paint,
Yeah.
that's a great video to watch.
I think it'll be great because my Necrons are a lot like the Ossiarchs because they don't have any clothing, they don't have skin or pants or anything. So I think my Necrons will paint up very nicely, very quickly.
Uh What do you think about the orcs? Yeah,
Well,
it's a lot. There's a lot of steps,
yeah.
but let's see. Did you guys see the next box GW is putting out? Is
Yeah, I
Sisters
did.
and Drukhari?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The
pretty
new
neat.
the new Sisters HQ looks completely normal, like regular old sister. But the new Lilith Hesperex I think looks great.
Yeah.
If you like Sisters of Battle or Dark Eldar, it's probably going to be a pretty sweet box to pick up. Jungar, starting to get into 40k with Drukhari. I want to stream the painting process and see how much improvement from beginning to end. There'll probably be a lot of improvement.
Absolutely. And that is a good idea. And it'll make you do it.
Yeah.
The streaming makes you do it. That's kind of a little bit why we did this.
Mm-hmm. I found this hobby pretty much because of quarantine and have close to 3K of Deathwatch. Wow, that's a lot. Although
Yeah.
Deathwatch have very expensive units. But it's still a lot. Brett S. The Necron heavy support is pretty sparse. Yeah, I know I don't want any not Annihilation Barges. I could maybe do with Annihilation Barge. But what are they called? It's the dual kit that you can build with the Catacomb Command Barge, or it might be called like the Catacomb Annihilation Barge. It's the same model, but one of them has guns and the other one has a Necron Overlord on it. Those I don't want any of those because supposedly they suck in 8th edition. The new, for some reason, the brand new Necron heavy support unit is amazing. Funny how that works out.
It's odd. You would think that would be the worst model.
Try Midwinter Minis video. Orc world record speed paint 250 models in a week. It's crazy. I've never watched that, but I've seen it. The thumbnail.
I've seen it exist.
That will be interesting to check out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got 271.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? If you beat Midwinter's record, then we can put Midwinter in the video, and then maybe he'll comment.
Yep. Exactly. There you go. Every once in a while, we get a Midwinter comment.
We do. Brett S. The Doomstalker is the new Necron unit. Supposedly, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nice looking model.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the Reanimator model.
Mm-hmm.
But it has a giant ass gun on it. AR. It's all Primaris Deathwatch, nothing Firstborn. Neat. That's cool. My Death Watch is so sad. I don't think I'll ever finish it. My Death Watch is currently like 40 regular Space Marines, and half of them have a power weapon and a bolt gun, which is not optimal, although it's more optimal now than it used to be. The other 20 are all heavy bolter, or no, they're all storm bolter and chain swords, which was amazing in 8th edition, but now storm bolters lost access to special issue ammunition, which is a death sentence. So, blech. Notorious Champ. What armies do you guys play? The only army I really ever play is my Space Marines. But the armies I collect are... I have probably 3,000 points of Genestealer Cult, 5,000 points of Necrons, almost 10,000 points of Space Marines, and like 1,000 points of Orcs and 1,000 points of Death Watch.
Yeah. I have Orcs. I don't know how many points. I'm still tallying. I mean, I probably have close to 5,000 points, maybe 4,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have some Eldar and some Dark Eldar. And we forgot about our secret kill teams. But we can't say what they are.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on those currently.
Mm-hmm. Play. There's a game, said Brett S. Jungar.
Yeah, only lose to play the game.
Mm-hmm. Jungar, I saw that box, and I have the old Lilith. So she is going to be maybe... She's going to maybe... To the maybe build box. Ah. I didn't take that close a look at the new Sisters of Battle model, but it looks pretty normal. It's like, standard Sisters of Battle power armor. This is a lot of matte medium. Though, this is a very saturated color, so maybe my instincts are exactly right. Although my instincts now tell me this is way too much matte medium.
So which instincts are correct?
Yeah. AR, I have yet to play a single game. I have been building and painting.
Well, when all the gaming clubs open up again and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess depending on where you live, they might already be open. You'll be ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
All of your models. You ready to meet all the rule lawyers and
Yeah.
all the people that are like, actually.
Have you
It's the
seen
best part of the game.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen models and minis Lehman Russ Extender? I have not. Models and minis? Jay and Nick, are you guys going to buy Piety and Pain? Is that the name of the Dark Eldar Sisters of Battle
I
thing?
believe so.
No. But it's cool.
It is cool.
One day I will collect Sisters of Battle. But
although, really, if I cared enough about my Dark Eldar, it would kind of be the perfect box set for us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
How much is it?
I don't know. It does come with a full Sister Rhino and a Venom.
I'm not allowed to buy anything until I finish all my works.
Mm-hmm.
So, a couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, the Piety and Pain is probably already out of stock, so
Probably. How do you find anything on the website?
Yeah, I think they need to update a little.
I don't even know how to find it.
Maybe it's not released yet, so maybe you have to look at the community page. Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah,
probably you
probably.
probably
Yep.
can't find it on the website unless it's available to purchase.
There she is.
Here, I want to look at it again too. Can you shoot me a link?
Well,
to
then
it?
it doesn't. Yeah, then it probably also doesn't have how much it costs.
Ah, that's true. How much was that box with Gazgul and the Space Wolves? Does anybody remember?
I don't.
Prophecy of the Wolf, I think it was called. How much did that retail for in Freedom Bucks?
Gotta be in Freedom Bucks.
Jungar, I'm in Florida, so lots of games are being played.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't say Florida specifically, but that's what I meant. Yeah, you can do whatever you want in Florida. They want you to play. They want you to play 40k naked there. That's what I've heard. Here's the Christmas preview from the community page. So the first thing is the box set, and then the next thing is the Age of Sigmar thing, which also looks pretty neat.
Hedonites, Habits, and Hecatari.
What I always
Ooh,
say.
is this the new sisters? Okay, you know what? I was a little bit. I didn't poo-poo it. I just said it wasn't exciting. She's got a plasma gun, so instant 10 out of 10. I love plasma guns. But yeah, it kind of just looks like a regular old sister. She's kind of fun. She's got a power sword in its sheath. She's got a rosary, or whatever the Emperor's equivalent of a rosary is. She looks good.
A Rosarette.
Yeah, Rosarette. Oh, I love Lilith though. Her hair.
Yeah.
And they didn't even. I don't even know if they took the picture at the perfect angle. But in some pictures, like she is framed in a circle by the hair.
Oh, that's cool. I think because I remember I bought a giant Dark Eldar army to resell, and it had a Lilith, and the Lilith was gross, and I sold it.
Yeah, the old Lilith was wearing a thong.
Yeah, which is I don't mind that part. But
yeah, I love the new Lilith. There's also a dead Eldar on the base, which is great.
Yeah, this is a good model.
And then what else does it come with? They showed a picture of the box. So it looks like we've got it's the battle sister, like it's the equivalent of a Devastator squad. It's the heavy weapon team for the sisters. And then the Sisters of Battle Rhino, that's also like a super tank. And then it looks like we got some Furies, some Witches, and a Venom. And then Lilith and the new character. I wonder how much this would cost. Better
120.
be 120. 120 would be a great price.
That's what I'm
120 would
guessing.
be like just the Rhino and Venom.
That's how much I want it to be.
Yeah, that would be an excellent price. Notorious Champ. How do you get lots of minis cheap? Ah, isn't that the age-old question?
If only someone could make a video about it sometime soon. That's us. We're gonna make a video. Hey, Joey Flores. Good evening, everyone. Happy post-Christmas. Yeah.
Cause King 555. I do have some news, and the sisters may be getting a drop pod. Ooh, that's kind of fun, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because the only reason the Space Marines use drop pods is because their advanced like bodies can handle the impact of the ground.
Mm.
And it's they always say in like the drop pod lore that a regular old person would just die. And the sisters are not, they're normal. I mean, they're, you know, super trained and super badass, but they're just regular people.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting if they get a drop pod. It's interesting if they get a drop pod before Primaris get a drop pod.
Mm-hmm.
Because did you know that Primaris can't goddamn get in a drop pod?
They're too big. The doors are too small.
Such garbage that they don't fit.
The doors are too small. That's what I like to think.
You know, I mean, it was a joke that 12 regular Space Marines could fit in there. Why can't have it? Make it that, you know, if 12 Space Marines fit, only 6 Primaris fit. Perfect.
Maybe it's a balance thing in the game.
Joey Flores, the sisters will survive the crash by sheer will and devotion to the Emperor. Caw King 555, that got retconned. Where Caw King, where are you getting your information? It could be that they're getting something like a drop pod, but that, like, you know, maybe instead of literally slamming into the ground at 1,000 miles an hour, it just lands like a spaceship.
I mean, what's the fun in that, though?
Mm-hmm. You know, the weird thing, the reason Space Marines, also another thing that works in their favor for Space Marines, the Space Marines are really tough. So it kind of makes sense that you can drop them out of the sky and let them just run onto the battlefield and they're not just going to die. But sisters are just going to die. I wonder if the drop pod assault is not a very tactical idea for Sisters of Battle.
I mean, I think you're kind of being sexist. So. I mean, we all know where this hatred comes from. So how much do you think the set's going to cost?
I don't know. Jungar, as long as it's not the price of the Blood of the Phoenix, I will be getting it and keeping the sisters. Blood of the Phoenix. Which box was Blood of the Phoenix? Was that the Eldar Dark Elder box?
How much is that?
Magnus the Red. It'll be Blood of the Phoenix price. Magnus the Red, how much was Blood of the Phoenix?
I mean, it'll probably be like 160.
160? Yeah.
It's around $200 US, I would imagine.
Do they still sell that? Phoenix. What was it? Blood of the Phoenix? I don't want to look at a Spiky Bits article. Battle Lost Souls. That's good. I like Battle Lost Souls. Alright, so Blood of the Phoenix was the Eldar Dark Elder box that came out with the new Janzar and the new Drazar. And it retailed for... How much did it come out for? Please tell me. It is $230.
Yikes. No, thank you.
Yeah, so 100.
That's how much it's going to be.
115. Yeah, that's how much it's going to be. 115. Is that a deal?
Nope.
It's a. So I'm sure the Rhino is $60, and then the Battle Sister Squad is $50, and then the new sister model is probably $35. So 6, 12. It's a little deal, but it's not very good.
No.
Yeah, Yeah, not incredible prices.
That's because Games Workshop is a monopoly.
Yeah. How dare they have a
Some would
monopoly
say.
of their products? Magnus the Red, it wasn't at 230. You could probably get it down to like 200 if you buy from someone not Games Workshop. So that helps a little. The immolator is 85 just for the tank.
Yikes.
Jungar, give me Lilith by herself. Don't need the chaff. Yeah, I mean she'll come out in like 6 months.
Perfect.
So if you're patient, you can get her. If you get really lucky, you might find someone on eBay who thinks the new model sucks and so sells it off for not exorbitant prices. I watched a Chapter Master Volric's video on the new box, and a couple of people did say they didn't like the new Lilith model. They thought she looked ugly.
Okay. Like she's not pretty?
Yeah, like the model is ugly.
What are they looking for? I think those are people that are upset about the thong.
Yeah, the missing thong. Cause King 555. It's an omniopoly. What's an omniopoly? Is that a monopoly of your own things?
I didn't play that game.
Isn't everything an omniopoly? I think there will be a ruckus when it's sold out on the Games Workshop site and everyone forgets that they can buy it from the local game store for cheaper.
Yep.
Joey Flores. Hashtag give us the thong cut. Classy.
I mean, you can't get rid of a thong.
No.
You gave us the thong, you can't get rid of it. I don't know, I think the model looks pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I love the hair.
The old Demonettes riding Seekers had boobies.
Imagine that. I want orc boobies for all my orcs. Bring back the cheerleaders. I know we've talked a lot about squats and stuff, but that's really what they need to bring back.
Ooh. Dr. Trokel, Jay, I need your input on a Star Wars issue. I'm having an argument with someone about Watto.
Oh boy.
Why is there a hole in my butt? Just wanted to stop by real quick and say hope you all had a solid Christmas.
Ah, very cute.
Yeah. Cause King 555, there is an orc woman in a recent book. Really? What book is that? Was it a 40k book? Because I find that hard to believe that they would go
we're not
back
talking
on
fanfic.
yeah, that they would go back on orcs or spores.
Yeah, there's woman spores.
Ooh, AR, I wonder if they'll release new combat patrol boxes for Drukhari and Sisters now as well. Yeah, I would like a start. I don't think there's ever been a Sister start collecting, right? Which I want, because I want to one day collect Sisters.
Is this the when does this come out? Like, obviously next year, probably. I don't know how their preview works. Do they talk about it and then it comes out in 2 weeks?
I don't know.
New year, new army.
Watto did nothing wrong. He was cheated out of a good employee by a religious alien zealot. So this guy is saying that Qui-Gon should have used the money from selling the pod racer to free Shmi. That's very true. That's very true. They don't need money. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do not know. I do not know exactly how that worked or exactly what happens in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, because it's such a disaster. You shouldn't own people. You know, that's not optimal. And Watto did own Shmi and Anakin. He certainly didn't seem to be that bad a guy, though. I mean, they seemed to have a pretty comfortable home that they lived in separately from Watto. Anakin had a robot and a pod racer. They seemed very comfortable and well, you know, like neither of them looked like they were unhealthy or had any real problems. So it was very odd to not have them be more mistreated.
Wasn't the whole thing about, you know, it doesn't really matter if because you're a slave and that's the problem. You want your freedom probably more than a robot or being fine.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, in a movie, you don't have those movies. I don't think had as much nuances, that much nuance. You know, one of the few interactions we actually have with Watto and little boy Anakin is Watto says, you know, go clean the thing and then you can go home early. And then Anakin goes, whoopee! Which, you know, I don't know if that is typically how slavery goes in Star Wars.
Whoopee!
Yeah, and totally they could have saved his mom. Like, it makes no sense that Anakin would never go back for his mom. It makes absolutely no sense. If Anakin is supposed to be kind of a bad Jedi, then have him be a bad Jedi and go rescue his mom. That would endear him to us as the audience, and it would make us mistrust the Jedi Council, which we have to so that the rest of the movie can happen. Or the rest of the movies.
I mean, obviously you didn't understand George's vision.
That's true. That's true. I definitely did not understand George's video or his vision. Dr. Drogo, I'm saying Watto would not sell Shmi because he felt cheated losing Anakin to the Chance Cube since it was Watto's cube assigned the color. I think the cube was loaded all along. That's true. Although Qui-Gon cheated too. He used the Force. You know what though? Watto looks like he weighs about 40 pounds. They could have just taken Shmi. Is it really wrong for a Jedi to steal a slave from their slave master? And if it's that wrong,
no.
couldn't he just have brought back money at a later date and paid Watto, like, fairly for Shmi? Is slavery just tolerated in the Outer Rim? Seems like the Hutts are kind of allowed free reign in the Outer Rim, which is odd. Sebulba there is going to win, I think, because he always wins. Yeah, also, why did Anakin have to participate in a death race to win money for the part? If they could just, cheat Watto. Like, what's the difference between cheating Watto in the bet and just cheating him and taking the thing?
Yeah, but then you won't have the pod racer part of
That
the
is true,
movie.
and that's like the best part of the movie.
It really is.
It still makes no sense, but it's the best part.
Nope. It's definitely the best part. Makes you feel like a kid again.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Drokel. I think they just gave the money to Shmi. Watto didn't seem to abuse them, other than owning them, and he probably didn't have any problem with Shmi having money, as she probably couldn't buy herself. Joy Flores. I like how the Clone Wars elaborated on Anakin and how he did put friends and those he cared about over the Order and the Jedi. He wasn't as fear of disillusion as Ahsoka became later. That is true. However, as great as the Clone Wars is, it doesn't stop the prequels from sucking. I love Clone Wars so much. I think Clone Wars is better than any of the movies. But they still don't fix what's been done. Some wounds are too deep. Some movies too bad.
I mean, like I said, you just don't understand Lucas's vision.
Yeah.
I think you're just a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would love to work on those movies.
Yeah.
Just be a part of it. I mean, how much shit talking do you think happened? I mean, we even saw we saw the looks.
Yep.
In the documentary. Are you serious looks?
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the most beautiful moments.
And I love the that's one of the best documentaries of all time, like the making of the prequels movies. Mm-hmm. There's a great moment where like where you see them interviewing little kids who are going to be Anakin, and one kid is really good, and we see his thing, and then everyone around the room says he was really good, and then we see George pick the other kid, and the documentarian just cut it that way to make George look like a dummy.
Because they were like obvious. They were basically like, obviously, this is the kid. Yeah. And George was like, no, I kind of like the other one. Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna go with, whatever his face. And they left it paused. Like they left like a nice pause to watch the reaction. Of the other people. It was pretty good.
Yeah, the making of Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith is amazing. It is absolutely amazing.
And you see them hate their lives.
You do.
Which is true. Because that's the thing that you miss with the Disney ones. Everyone's happy and they make it look like it was the best thing that's ever happened. And it was a nightmare still. Mm-hmm. But they didn't cut it that way.
Yeah. There's an amazing moment where Steven Spielberg shows up to look at the movie, and George is showing him around, and they literally walk outside to like around the house, and they have a mock-up of the droid built, and the arm's fallen off, and so Lucas picks it up, tries to put it back on, it doesn't stick, and so he just like hands it to, and so he's just holding the hand.
It's pretty good. It's very awkward.
Mm-hmm. Brett S. Of all the plot issues of the prequels, the Shmi dilemma is pretty minor. Yeah. It's kind of not, though. Like, you know, Anakin's mom dies in his arms, and that sends him into a blind rage, and he murders a bunch of people. A little bit his fault, though, for waiting a decade. Presumably he has access to what? Presumably he must have access to money and spaceships as a Jedi. So he never went back for his mom.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you're victim blaming.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Jokel, if the Q was loaded, his pride as a gambler would not allow him to sell Shmi to Qui-Gon at any price at any time. Yes, but once again, Watto is a little flying gremlin who would be very easy to overpower. Like seriously, if Shmi just started walking away with Qui-Gon, I guess the exploding neck thing is the real problem. Because I think they say something like that they'd explode if they're stolen.
Mm.
You know, though, Jedi have the Force. I think if Qui-Gon was wanted to rescue Shmi, I think he could have. Oh, Qui-Gon Jinn. Josh2324. Pretty sure the Jedi were snatching children. Joshy2324 saw a comic recently where a family of younglings tried to get them back. It's a lot easier to handle if the chosen one's mother had no chance of contacting him ever again. Yeah, but we never saw the council prevent it. That would have been a pretty powerful scene if Anakin is like, hey, I want to go rescue my mom. And the council's like, no. That would have been something amazing. Joey Flores. Also, Padme was strangely cool with the Sand People genocide, too. That's very true. If this guy you just met committed a genocide, a minor one, you know, just one town of Sand People. Maybe you get one for free though. You get one free genocide. Yeah. The next one counts against you though. Anakin, you are breaking my heart. You are going down a path I cannot follow.
Nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Natalie Portman is a very good actress. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in the prequels are very good actors, but not in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Hess. Anakin was too worried about hooking up with Padme to worry about his mom.
Are we all?
Mm-hmm. Dr. Jokel. Yeah, those poor, murderous Tusken Raiders who kidnapped and tortured women and attacked anybody in the desert and killed them and took their stuff and shot a pod racer for them. Well, presumably the women and the children weren't evil and in need of getting lightsabered to death. Like, sure, don't feel too bad for the Tusken Raiders, but it was still clearly the wrong thing to do to murder them all.
I think the women and the children were the masterminds.
Yep, you know what? I think we finally got to the bottom of it. Well, from my point of view, the non-Tusken Raiders are evil. Well, then you are lost! Oh, God, the amazing dialogue. Notorious Champ, how long is this stream? We are going to be going until 12 o'clock. So we're going to do 2 more hours. About.
We usually do longer ones on Saturday.
Yes. And Fridays for our patrons.
Yeah.
For our Patreon patrons.
PPs.
Yes. Until Jay finishes the model. Holy moly.
Oh.
That would be quite a stream. Man, we've covered a lot of ground on this stream though. The Tusken Raiders were evil and deserved to be taken out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we always do a cycle of Games Workshop into Star Wars.
Yeah, always.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as much crap as I give the prequels, though, I do like them. Like, I've seen them each dozens of times because I was a kiddo.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're still kind of fun. There's cool stuff in them. You know, the pod race is cool. General Grievous is cool looking.
He is cool looking.
I think my dad played a fun joke on me when I was little. Because when I don't know how old I was. When did
7.
episode 3 come out? 2003? 2000? No, later than that, right? 2005? Wait. Okay, we can figure this out. So, Phantom Menace was 1999, and they're all 2 years apart? 3 years apart? when did Revenge of the Sith come out?
Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005.
Yeah. So I would have been, younger.
Like 7 or 8.
Yeah. So I really like General Grievous because he's cool looking and he has 4 lightsabers. So I think we were at like Target or something, and I was dead set on finding a General Grievous. And back in the day, there used to be shelves and shelves of Star Wars action figures.
Yes.
And so I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking, and I think I go through every single one, and he's not there. And my dad's just standing there the whole time, helping. And then, finally, when I'm like, he's not here, my dad's like, hey, look at this. And he just picks it up. Wow. And so I think he saw it first. And then just kind of... And it's let me go through everything.
And that's why every time there isn't something that you want at a store, you start crying.
And weirdly enough, it's always a General Grievous. Grigsnarg Snub Skull. Which units do you guys recommend for Alpha Legion? Alpha Legion Chaos? I don't know. I don't really know that much about Chaos. What do you have in your army? Like, is there anything you lack? Like fast attack or heavy hitting units, heavy damage dealing units? Do you have enough anti-troops, anti-low toughness troops? Like, what are the holes in your army that new units could fill? Do you have a lot of vehicles? Do you have a lot of infantry? Do you have not a single heavy support choice for your Necrons? Joshy2324. Tusken Raiders should have used pocket sand. You know how much Anakin hates that. James Cameron Clark. Original Clone Wars Grievous was the best. Yes, that's very true. Yeah, the 2D animated Clone Wars was amazing. And Grievous was actually like frightening in that. And he almost kills Shaak Ti for like the 5th time. Man, the original Clone Wars Grievous. Incredible. You can watch it all in like 2 hours, I think. And it's wonderful. I think it's all on YouTube, but I don't know if there's any like high quality versions. And really, you watch it for the animation and how gorgeous it is.
Mm-hmm. You don't watch it because it's filmed on someone's screen.
Yeah. Speaking of beautiful animation, apparently in next year Disney is going to release some short Star Wars stories done by different Japanese anime studios. I am super pumped because I would love more than anything some beautiful animated Star Wars short stories. That just sounds incredible.
So they're going to be like 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Probably, maybe even less. It sounded like they were going to be a bunch of them, like 10.
Ah,
so they might be even shorter. Cool. I hope they're exactly long enough.
Yeah.
And if they're all being done by different studios and different directors and writers, I mean, you know, this is a recipe for something interesting to happen.
Imagine that.
Yeah. They're not just getting a big name director and then forcing them to poop out a script in, 8 weeks and then film it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's ever happened before, but...
Right. Hopefully that becomes a trend.
Yeah. I think it will. I think they're gonna start to like get in the groove of Star Wars, and like know what they're doing with it. Because they tried the obvious thing, a new trilogy of movies, and it worked perfectly. And so now, I think they're gonna try and do and see what Star Wars should be. Because I think they got a lot of good feedback on season 7 of Clone Wars. People love Mandalorian. Original Clone Wars Grievous was a beast. No joke, I was hyped for him in the movie to be like that, and then we got not that.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Joke, I can't wait to see Vader doing a big ooh-woo and Jabba's Aego face. I don't think that's... Like, it's not going to be like a shonen anime.
Oh my god, imagine. That would be pretty funny.
It would be really funny.
Nah, I think it's just the art style.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't really like anime, but I think I would like that. I mean, I like the art. I'm not a fan of the stories or how it's presented or how it is or how it sounds or all that, but I love the art.
Yeah, and for some reason it's always in Japanese, which is weird.
Yeah, which is horrible.
Yeah, all media should be made in English.
Exactly. And I don't like reading, so that definitely does play a thing for me, but that's not why I don't watch it. But it would be very funny if that's how it was.
That would be really funny. You know what? They could do it. They could do it like you know. Hopefully, not all of them would be like this, but I could see it be funny if a couple of them were like kind of more cute and lighthearted.
Yeah, I'm sure the Star Wars fans would love that.
Oh my! You can't. You know, Star Wars might have some of the worst fans of anything. But yeah, I think that'll be cool, and I hope it does really really well, which it probably won't because it's anime. So that they're like, ooh, let's do a bunch of weird little things.
Yeah. Do you think that they're doing the anime because of Corona?
It could be.
Maybe they were planning on some live action, and that's a pain to do it.
It's possible. Maybe it's like, ooh, Beastars got really popular on Netflix, so let's do that. Or it could be anime is incredibly popular, so let's do that.
I'm sure. Yeah. That's probably that one. I wonder if anime does well everywhere.
I don't know.
In America and
that's a really good question.
Asia,
is anime
Europe.
really popular in Ireland? I would love to know that. Yeah, are the high schoolers in Sweden going ooh woo?
Certainly hope so.
Victorious Champ. Do you guys play Destiny 2? Nope.
I do not.
I don't play no stinking games.
Ooh, I almost downloaded FTL on Christmas, but I didn't do it because I knew that I wouldn't be able to stop.
I really want to play Fallout New Vegas again. I miss it. It's like my favorite game in the world. And I'm worried that it's gonna get older and older, and it's gonna get worse and worse, and crash and buggy, and it wasn't an amazing play experience when I was playing it like last year. I would love for it to get a redo. That'd be incredible because it does look a little poopy. I mean, it's like 12 years old, but holy cow, is it a good game?
You look a little poopy.
Yeah. I took little poopies when I was 12 years old.
Yeah, now you don't.
No.
Now they're giant. And that's the kind of comedy that you get here at EonsOfBattle.
Yeah.
Really hard-hitting stuff.
Yeah, we have a crack team of comedy writers working behind the scenes.
Yep. Let's just say they're trying their best.
Dr. Juggle, I want to see Gonk Droid, a Star Wars story. I'm sure this probably exists on YouTube, because if you just think of something, it's on YouTube. I I want to see a supercut of all of the scenes in Star Wars that's has a gonk droid in it. Because I think almost all the movies have a little gonk droid in there somewhere. Gonk. Gonk. I love it. In the first movie, the only reason there's a gonk droid is because they just made one out of a garbage can. And then it became this big thing in Star Wars. In Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds 2 and 1, the gonk droid is the ammo droid. AR, I want Angels of Death to come out. What's Angels of Death? Space Marines are often called the Angels of Death because they drop out of the sky in drop pods and kill everything. And apparently so do Sisters of Battle. I would, you know what though? I think someone said like a drop pod cathedral. I could get down with that.
That would be pretty good.
I mean, that's one of the things I like the most about Sisters is their weird, like, gothic, religious, stained glass windows on their tanks.
Oh, the new still pending 40k animation.
Ah.
It's by Games Workshop on Blood Angels versus Nids.
Oh, neat.
Sounds like we should do a react video.
Yeah. Oh my god, every single channel except the big guys is going to do a react video to that.
I gotta get my push-up bra ready.
For the thumbnail.
Yeah. I did get a new one for Christmas, so... Oh, I guess I got 2 things for Christmas.
Yep. EOB review. I love Red Letter Media has a fun song for their review. It's great. It slaps.
Joey Flores. That was neat.
And
yep.
If anyone really is into Red Letter Media, if anyone remembers how their what was it called? Previously recorded episodes would end with like a really cute little, music and then like screaming. I miss review. That was fun. I think I get why they stopped it, because they're... I can't imagine they were making bank on Twitch. Although, I'm sure they were making money on Twitch, and then they were cutting it up and then releasing like almost daily content on the YouTube channel.
Oh,
so
yeah, that is something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a lot of work, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It definitely is.
I liked in episodes where Jay or someone else from the cast would hang out with them and just chit-chat.
Mm-hmm.
And the inside jokes, like people asking, so when's the next Plinkett review coming out? And then they would always say, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really funny because one time it was right. The guy who made the fan fiction on Hell's Reach was hired by GW to make it along with Aaron Dembski-Bowden. Ooh, neat. Yeah, because I know the Hell's Reach just uses the audiobook audio for Hell's Reach and then animated around it. So that could be really cool. I hope it's very conceptual and weird. I hope it's not too like... I hope it's good. I hope it's really good. That's what I hope.
The push-up bra and sweater are a nice combo for you, Nick. Exactly. It's a low-cut sweater as well.
Dr. Jokel, Red Letter needs to do more Nerd Crew. The one where Rich Evan unboxes the loot boxes is hilarious. You know, I've never watched an episode or review of Nerd Crew. I can't do it. I get who they're poking fun at, but like I don't like that media in general either. And it feels a little mean-spirited. I get why it's funny, but I don't like it. Yeah, never seen an episode of that. It reminds me a little bit of when they melted all those Star Wars action figures to, you know, I don't know, to prove a point of something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess you don't understand high art.
That's true. That is very true.
I think we should make loot boxes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's like toenail clippings.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, subscriptions. You can make some serious bank off of subscriptions. People buy it, forget about it. You know, then they try to cancel, but it takes a month to cancel. So you get one more round of loot out of them. That's why they're called loot boxes, because you get loot from the customers. It's not the other way around.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Spirit came out with that one. Dr. Jokel, I'll admit, I was pretty annoyed about the Star Wars action figures. They were vintage ones, too.
Yeah. Joey Flores, I found the Nerd Crew to be pretty on point to the source material, though, but that's just me projecting on their videos on how I see nerd culture. Yeah, but see, I don't know, when you punch that hard on nerd culture, and I know they're not punching at nerd culture, they're punching at like the industry of nerd culture. You know, people being like, Thanos finally revealed in trailer number 16 from what's that thing from San Diego Comic-Con? But I don't know. I would rather like prop up the cool nerd culture than like, I don't know, beat up the dumb aspects of nerd culture.
What are you, an optimist? I don't even understand.
Mm-hmm.
So when is that series coming out?
Probably never, because I don't think it clicks.
Yeah, it's not mean enough.
You know what, though? The one guy who's doing a good job, and they get some views, is whoever does the Everything Great About series. Those are good videos. They make you feel warm and happy. They're not quite as popular as the Everything Wrong With series, but which everything wrong with it is cancer. It's one of those movie bad channels. I heard somebody say that and I loved it. Movie bad channels. That's exactly what they are. I do love Red Letter Media, though. I like their stuff. I like their content. I like their shtick. But yeah, not every bit of it is for me.
Joey Flores, whoa, was that a reasonable response I just heard? Can't have that.
No.
Yeah. No, they're dumb and gross and icky. And they don't know anything. That's my response.
Yeah.
And you cut that out of this and you send that to them.
They're coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Exactly.
I am going to take a quick peeps, and then I will be back to continue working on this coat.
Wow. That is a very nice looking coat. I'm putting together some mech guns. I have 3 of the old mech guns to put together. I had 1 new in box, and then I had 1 half put together, and then 1 that I stripped for some reason. I didn't even paint it. I just primed it. So that one's in some pretty weird, rough shape. Because I put it together weird, and I stripped it, so it looks messed up. Mech MEK guns. Also, did you get that parrot squig yet? I do have it. I do have it. It's in a box. But yeah. Yeah, my flash kits are in probably some of the worst shape out of all of my models. So I have to really go through them. I found almost everything. But some of it's mixed in with the old Eldar and stuff. And I think that's where some of the flash gets parts are. It's good old moving around. But I do really like the mech guns. And then I have the mech guns to do, and then I have a truck to work on, and a battle wagon to finish. So a lot of stuff to put together. And then that's not including all of the boys and all of the damaged boys and all that kind of stuff too that I have to figure out what I'm doing with. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Prepare your bladder for imminent release. It's from Invader Zim. Good old David Horowitz. Which David Horowitz voices one of the characters on one of my favorite things recently, which is a YouTube TV show called Hell of a Boss by an artist called Vivzy Pop. Absolutely amazing. Also, David Horowitz is from, or I think I said, from Invader Zim.
I have a couple box sets to assemble and paint. LOL. Yep. Joy Flores, nice. I'm working on gluing some cultists right now.
Yeah.
Then need to go finish some terrain pieces.
Nice. I wonder if anyone on this earth has as many cultists as our friend Fox does. He had probably 100.
Yeah, he had a lot. Yeah, he had a lot. A lot of cultists.
They're so good. Yeah, I think there's a reason they're one of the cheapest models in the game. It's because they're so good. Ooh, you know what model I don't love from GW? I don't like the Eisenhorn model. I don't think it looks very good. He's kind of got like a weird pose with his arms kind of open and out. Anybody know what I'm talking about? The Eisenhorn? I thought it was going to be limited edition, but they've been selling it for years. Joy Flares. I wonder how much he costs compared to the rest of the cast of Has-Been and Hell of a Boss. I mean, there's a lot of real people in there. So, and also I think in the credits, David Horowitz was also like he had some other role too, like a voice coach or voice coordinator or something.
That's cool.
It's legit though. I can't wait for more episodes. Which no one knows. No one knows when they're coming. I don't think Vivzy knows when they're coming out. but holy cow, is it good.
I bet as I don't know, probably at the next few years, maybe 5 years, 10 years, I bet we get a lot more independent stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where people just say screw the networks and screw Netflix.
Yeah.
Screw Disney. I'm gonna make my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, YouTube is free for everyone to use. Works perfectly almost all of the time. And the hell of a boss made it because it's good. Like there's some Broadway singers in the show that are doing Broadway level singing. Which is probably 10,000 times more. They're making more money than on Broadway.
Well, especially right now.
That's very true. Joey Flores, new or old Eisenhorn? I didn't know there was an old Eisenhorn, but the new one, the resin. I think his coat's too big. His gun is too big.
Those aren't the only things that are too big.
Mm-hmm. Brett asks, I had 100 cultists at one time. Sold about 40 of them.
Sounds like a smart idea.
Yeah. AR, I am hyped as fuck for the Uriel Ventress model. Who's Uriel Ventress? Dr. Strokel, the coat looks very Ron Perlman Hellboy-esque. Joey Flores, not a fan of the head. If I could get it, I would probably swap it with the Eisenhorn younger one head to be a bit closer to the art. Yeah. Because after reading Eisenhorn, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Maybe. And then I looked at the model and I'm like, eh. Nah. That was the exact sounds that I made. Eh. And then, nah.
Do you think Games Workshop was going to give some 40k stuff to anime studios?
Oh my god, they should. Well, I don't know if they should. I don't know what 40k players like. Do they like fun stuff? Do they just like new models?
They like being upset.
Yeah. Because, like, not everyone enjoys the books.
I don't know. I think I would like the cute ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would like anyone that I have to take seriously.
Yeah.
I don't like to take things seriously. But a lot of people like to take things really seriously.
Broadway performers make $8,000 per month minimum. That's pretty good scratch. All of them?
I don't think all of them make that much money. I don't think a backup dancer number 5 makes that much money.
No. Maybe like the lead in the performance.
Because I mean, like,
are they making $8,000 during rehearsals and during?
Yeah, and like the I don't know, the design. Like, designers don't even get paid that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're making 100,000 on one show. It's the minimum wage for any equity performer on Broadway.
Wow, I was never led to believe there was that much money available in this industry.
current minimum salary for equity performer on Broadway is $2,034 a week. Especially right now. I think to get on Broadway, it's really hard though. Yes.
Well, yeah.
You have to be really good.
I wonder, you know, you show up as a YouTuber and you're like, hey, I can pay, you know, how much you want for an hour? Because the weird thing about Broadway is it only exists on Broadway. And so rich people go see it, and then it never exists again.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get the album.
Good old Dr. Drokel. I think it's actually easy to get on Broadway. To get to sing or act on Broadway is a different story.
Ooh. James Cameron Clark. Artel W does the whole Eisenhorn gang. Very tempted. That's really cool. I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out like really quick after stream. That does sound cool. I know Artel W has a really nice Space Marine chaplain that I want to get. That he looks kind of like in what Phobos armor probably should look like. Which I don't really mind Phobos armor. I think in the translation from art to model, I think they scraped off maybe a little too much material out of the ankles. Just a little bit too much. A little too much take. Also depends on which Broadway you're referring to. There's a few of them out there. Just like every town has an Elm Street.
What a nightmare. That's a fun noise.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Flores like my joke. I'll always point out if you like my joke.
Ooh, that actually needs a lot more black paint, I think. Wow, that immediately overpowered the brown. Once again, I am off my my mixing game. Yeah. Why do I have my palette so far away from me? There we go. So far the coat's coming along nice, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a very nice looking coat.
Mm-hmm.
We need a palette camera so we can see the drama.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's heart-pounding action.
Palette cam.
Jay, do you do your paint shaking motion when you play craps at the Riverboat Casino? No, I go to the Showboat, actually.
I want someone to cut together all of the you shaking paint moments.
Yeah, this is nice. Doing a little more contrast.
Ooh.
Ooh woo.
I've never been turned on by paint before.
Yeah, like the new Star Wars animes are gonna be.
Ah, man, would that be funny?
Mm-hmm. I hope it's everything everyone would like fears.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes true. They're all star Jar Jar Binks.
I mean, he has the accent for it.
Mm-hmm. Good old
little...
Jamaican rabbit.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely quite the accent to have for your Star Wars character.
A compilation of paint shaking and burps.
Oh, man. Honestly, we were talking about it. All we would have to do is like pick 3 episodes.
Yeah, because it's all the same. Or we could really divide and conquer. You pick 3, I pick 3. We collect all the burps and all the bits.
Yep.
I think I might do something crazy. Like, maybe I'll use green for all of the mechanical bits on him. Because I'd love to try working with a limited palette. I always chicken out, and I end up using way too many colors. Mon de Tueur, you guys are gonna hate me, but I love Jar Jar. You know what's funny about Jar Jar? You kind of need him for the movie. Like, he's kind of important. He helps them to Gun City. He is a major player in the battle for Naboo. He gets tricked by Chancellor Palpatine to vote to give immediate power to the Chancellor. He looks like a rabbit frog.
He has quite the accent.
Yeah, like, he's surprisingly important. Han Solo asleep in carbonite block with a big snot bubble type anime. James Cameron Clark, I managed to spill my brand new Nuln oil into my brand new wet palette the other day. Also, painting is harder than I remembered, and my muscle memory is gone.
Yeah.
Brett asks, given the pissing and moaning that Star Wars fans have done over the last 20 years, the worst fears is what we deserve. That's true. That is very true.
Yeah, I think they should ruin it.
Yeah.
Do you think George watches all of the like? Do you think George watched The Mandalorian?
Oh yeah, he works on the Mandalorian.
He works on The Mandalorian.
He was there's pictures of him on set. I don't know if he
Ah,
works
is that
officially,
him working
but
on it?
well, I don't think they let him do much because it's George Lucas. But he's a good idea guy.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the rabbit frog named Jar Jar was the most amazing idea he ever had, but
Mm-hmm.
I know there's pictures of him on set smiling and laughing with an actor, and so people are like, "See, proof the Mandalorian is good, but all other Disney Star Wars is bad."
All right. I find it hard to believe that he wasn't on the other. He wasn't
No,
involved
yeah, he
even
totally
just a
was.
little bit on everything else.
Or he was aware, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He'll show up to the white slaver's house every now and then. I love it. The flinch he gave when he said white slavers and heard himself say that.
Yeah, it's quite the crazy thing to say
Yeah, it is.
about Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jar Jar got tricked by Palpatine. That's a funny way of saying in cahoots with Palpatine. Oh yeah, Jar Jar and Sheev working it all out together. Connor Reed, you literally just rewrite Jar Jar, the Gungan's accent, and mannerisms into a Star Trek-like species, and the movie would be fine.
Hey, Casey Lance.
Disney be like, hey, we need this IP we own to be mega popular, and then they hire Jon Favreau, and he turns it into gold. That's true, Jon Favreau, he's kind of can do no wrong. He's been rocking it with the Marvel movies. Dr. Jokel. George gets a fair amount of input on The Mandalorian. Favreau and Filoni have asked him for advice and ideas on several occasions, according to them. Yeah, see, that's probably the amount of control George should have. Hey, George, you got any ideas?
Well, actually.
Okay. And then, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they do.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, yeah, George should not be in control.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Joey Flores tips $5. How can you say something so controversial and so brave? George. There's a great stand-up routine by Patton Oswalt where he talks about how he doesn't know if he adores or hates George Lucas, and so he's like, if I had a time machine and I went back in time to meet George right before he did the prequels, I don't know if I would hug him and thank him, or if I would beat him to death with a shovel. Mm-hmm. And he talks about George telling him all his big ideas for the prequels. He's like, oh, do you like Boba Fett? Oh man, I love Boba Fett. Oh well, you get to see him as a little kid. And then Patton's like, that sounds like shit. All right, what else you got? You like Darth Vader? Yeah, I love Darth Vader. Oh, yeah, you get to see him as a little kid. And then he's like, you like the Death Star? And then Patton's like, yeah, I like the Death Star. Well, in the movie they're just they're building it and they look at it for a sec.
Pretty funny.
Patton's really good. Love Patton Oswalt. Dr. Jokel, have you seen the deepfakes that Collider did of George Lucas reacting to Disney Star Wars? It's actually pretty funny.
That sounds awesome.
Casey Lance. Patton Oswalt is great comedy. Oh, and I can't believe I almost forgot the punchline to Patton Oswalt's joke. So George Lucas says, Patton, you look sad. You want some ice cream? And then Patton's like, yeah, I like ice cream. I'd like some ice cream. And then George Lucas says, well, here's a big bag of rock salt. And then Patton's like, well, what the hell is this? And then George goes, well, when you add the cream and the sugar and all the... And then Patton says, I don't care where the things I love come from. I just love the things I love.
Mm-hmm.
You like, what's her name? What's the actor? Do you like Angelina Jolie? Well, here's John Voight's balls.
Yep.
Mondetier. Patton's rant about merging Star Wars and Marvel universes in the Parks and Rec outtakes is one of the best things ever. Yes, it is amazing. Dr. Drokel, I love when Patton Oswalt tells the stories about Wesley Snipes on the set of Blade 3. That sounds incredible. You got to see him as a little kid. Yeah, I wonder, did George think like little kids wouldn't like the movie if little kids weren't in it?
I don't know. I guess maybe he thought like it'd be interesting to see where it all started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably. But
yeah, I mean, who could possibly see inside the mind of such genius?
I know.
I love space politics. Y'all ever watch The Expanse? Best sci-fi show in production right now. I've heard of it. It sounds very good. I like this brush. The Army Painter Wargame Regiment. It's got a lot of bristles, but it's got a very sharp point.
So do I.
Mm-hmm.
That is a nice coat.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all naturals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking performance enhancers.
Casey Lance. Season 5 is already better than Season 4. I like Season 4, but it was a bit less good because it focused more on the space MacGuffin than the real science stuff. Brett S. I don't care for space politics, but darn, The Expanse is awesome. Yeah. I bet I'd like it a lot.
Probably.
I think Sweet Home is going to be my next watch, and then maybe The Boys, and then it'll be 2032, but then I'll watch I'll watch The Expanse.
And Disenchantment Part 3 is coming out on January 15th.
Oh, neat.
I'm sure you're excited about that.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be better. I wonder if we're going to learn that Elfo's deaf mother was definitely a giant, like we were practically told.
I might have to watch I don't know. I might have to watch the whole thing before I watch this. I barely remember even what happened.
Yeah, I don't think I need to rewatch the whole thing. I'm just gonna go for it. And you know what? If it's like, oh, this is really good, then I'll rewatch it all.
Mm-hmm.
The Expanse is like sci-fi Game of Thrones, political intrigue, but with the supernatural side lurking in the background. Ah, I didn't like Game of Thrones at all. Game of Thrones is just a soap opera. Is The Expanse like soap opera-y?
Casey Lance, I gave you guys a shout out to another hobby YouTuber today.
No, neat.
What a YouTuber?
Markiplier.
Hobby YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. Casey Lance. Disenchantment is okay. It's not as good as early Simpsons or any of Futurama.
Yep. Agreed. I watched the trailer. I mean, they showed an amazing joke. But there's no way that it's going to be that amazing throughout the whole show. It's a very funny joke.
I got mad when they slightly changed the theme song in part 2 of the first season, and they took out like the big punchy moment.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my favorite thing ever.
I remember watching the first episode of Disenchantment, and like when that theme song came on, like I was rock hard, and I'm like, this might be the best show ever.
Yeah.
And it's not great.
Casey Lance. Ninjon. He collabs with Miniac a lot. I said you guys are masters in turning frugality into creativity.
Love Ninjon.
I know of Ninjon. Yeah, Ninjon's great. Dr. Joel, you didn't like Game of Thrones? Have you seen season 8? It's a masterpiece. Oh, I've heard of season 8. I don't know. I just didn't like it. It was so miserable in parts, and I didn't care about any of the 12 trillion characters, and I couldn't keep track of who's from where and which country is aligned with what county, and they're burning little girls at the stake, and
Well, that's my favorite part.
I don't know. I get very triggered when stuff is very unfair. And that show is all about unfair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when this cute little girl is just a little ray of sunshine in the show, and then they burn her alive while you hear her screaming for her parents as she dies. Just what a nice thing to have rolling around in your head. What a nice little something.
You also really get into it. Like when you watch something, you
oh my god, I do.
I mean,
yeah.
It's not. It is part of your life when you watch something. Where I feel like maybe other people can put it away.
Yeah, I laugh at that. I laugh at the exciting moments. I cry at the sad moments.
Yeah, exactly.
I love letting a movie take me for a ride.
Yeah, and it takes you for a ride, all right.
Yeah.
On top, on the side, up and down, left and right.
Yeah, a little to the left, a little to the right. I think you're confusing Game of Thrones with Who's on First comedy routine. I don't think so. Unless is that a Game of Thrones joke? I mean, I know the Who's on First routine, but Casey Lance. A lot of really effed up stuff happens on Game of Thrones because George R.R. Martin is a big history buff and draws on what happened in European history. No, yeah, I know awful things happen, but I don't necessarily want to see it in a fantasy show with dragons. You know, yes, like there's a lot of rape in history. I don't really want it in my shows. I'm not looking for realism in shows with dragons. And magic. And giants.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with you then.
Game of Thrones does, I think, have the best looking giants. Real cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you said you can't remember who's from where, etc. Yeah, and there's so many characters, and like I kept up with the characters I liked, like Arya and the who's the guy who's all burnt up? That guy was cool.
Burning Man.
Burning Man. Yeah, I liked Burning Man and Arya, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Arya and that character I can't remember the name of. Joey Flores. I get to Jay. It's why I haven't watched The Boys yet. A little too much darkness going on. And I too get really into shows. I've been watching movies and shows like Paddington 2. Paddington 2? Like Paddington Bear? I did enjoy The Boys season 1. I haven't seen Boys season 2 yet. The Boys season 1, it's definitely got some darkness. It's actually a lot more toned down than the comic book was.
Yeah. I don't know, it's a little bit the same reason why I don't like BoJack Horseman. I don't want to watch people be upset.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, BoJack Horseman is very intense. At times.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a silly show, but often it's not.
Often it's not, and it fools you being very silly at first.
Yeah.
And it slowly becomes not funny or interesting to me, or dark, and it becomes really dark, and I don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I like a good balance because I like a good dark, because I really like dark comedy, but that show just didn't work for me.
Yeah, I think weirdly enough, eventually in BoJack Horseman, BoJack kind of becomes the least interesting character, just because he becomes so unlikable, and they add so many characters.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but I don't think I can even get there.
No. Joy Flores, the Hound. Yeah, I liked the Hound. The burnt up guy was that dude from Fallout New Vegas, Amorite. Who the heck is that?
Wait, but you're really good with names. How do you not remember characters or anything like that?
God, I don't remember many characters from Fallout New Vegas. I remember all the companions, but that's not a companion, I don't think. Amorite? I remember Veronica and Boone and Cassie. No, Cassie? Maybe I don't remember that one. Because I never take her because she's a really crappy companion.
That's just rude.
You can get the dog from the Kings, and the robot from. It's not from Nipton, is it? It might be. I think it is Nipton. And of course, Boone. I think I already said Boone. Amorite is I am right in meme speak. Oh,
Oh, you just read that wrong because I read it wrong too.
Yeah. Am I right? You mean Yes Man? There's a character called Yes Man. I'm still confused. Am I?
No, yeah, you're thinking about it too much.
Okay.
It's just am I right?
Ah.
The burnt up guy was the dude from Fallout New Vegas. Am I right?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. What's his name? I know Ron Perlman is the guy who does the like the opening narration. I think he's done the narration for all the Fallout games. Ron Perlman is a cool dude. In a lot of interviews, because he does the Sons of Anarchy show. I don't know if that's still going on or not, but people always ask him like, so like, are you really like a badass tough guy? And he's like, no. I love Ron Perlman. He's one of my favorite things in Alien 4. Is Ronnie Perlman. More like Ronnie Pearl Jam. Is there anything else I liked in Game of Thrones? I mean, the costumes and stuff are cool. Yeah. The Expanse is pretty much the hardest sci-fi. No gravity unless you're under acceleration, no faster than light travel, but the supernatural elements drive much of the plot outside of the basic settings. Neat. I wonder though, I wonder if you almost need, at that point, I wonder if the MacGuffins or the supernatural elements, are they just like, science that's outside of the character's understanding? Because isn't everything magic until you figure out what it is? It sounds cool. The Expanse sounds like I would enjoy that more than Game of Thrones. Also, is Game of Thrones not about the throne? Because it seemed like it never mattered. That there was a throne and whoever sat on it and whatever.
That's all I know about Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. Who ends up on the Golden Throne?
I think that's spoilers.
No. Everyone in the chat has seen it except me. It's okay. They can spoil
I haven't seen it.
Ah. Well, yeah, I know you were just about to binge it all.
HBO is expensive.
Mm-hmm. The Emperor sits on the Golden Throne. Oh, I did say Golden Throne, didn't I? The Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
James Cameron Clark. It's a little bit of the any sufficiently advanced technology is pretty much magic. Yeah. Speaking of magic, I have to piss again. But then I'm going to come back
What?
and I'm going to do more highlights on the coat.
Again, I've been trying to convince Jay to just get a bucket. And don't mute the microphone either. You just hear the trickle happening. I feel like that makes a lot more sense. Piss magic. Is he drinking stuff? How is there more piss? It doesn't make any sense. He's a wizard. He is a wizard. Like any responsible streamer, they all have a bucket. Exactly. He's a well-hydrated man, and I respect that. I've been drinking water this whole stream. I don't have to pee right now. I got a strong bladder. I guess we all can't be perfect like me, though. J piss for merch. Exactly. We sell the, we take the buckets and we put them into jars, and we sell the jars of piss. I think that would work out pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. You've been called a wizard.
Yeah! You're a wizard, Harry.
Nick is secretly peeing the whole time, but because he's not on screen, he can lie about it. Exactly. I have a catheter.
Is dark sand... Which of these colors would be a better accent?
It's amazing.
No, that's like a darker color. I think I'll use dark sand, because I don't know if I've ever painted with it before.
Ah.
Oh no, I definitely have used it for something. Not much.
I've also used dark sand a few times.
If I remember correctly, this color loves to separate.
Yes. That is correct. Well, you gotta use your, you gotta buy a paint shaker.
Mm-hmm.
Nail shaker.
Yeah. Let's see. Did I thin it enough?
So you're doing some highlighting?
Yeah, like a final highlight pass to the brown, just to bring it up a little more. Lucky Pat. So how are your secret kill teams coming along? Same.
Yep,
A
haven't
little
touched
bit
them
the
since.
same.
Yep. We're a little bit more worried about the old armies.
Yeah. Oops.
Apparently.
All right, that's exactly the right color, but too much, or not enough. Not enough matte medium. Oh yeah, it's all Necrons all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Nick's thinking about Necrons too.
Yeah. But you know me, I love a good neck.
Yeah, I'm listening to Necron lore, reading about Necron rules. It's getting me. It's putting me right back in how I felt in high school when I'm like, Necrons are the best. I love the War in Heaven. And the Silent King has returned. I'm sure there's going to be some new lore or some books about that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Silent King has a chorus that speaks for him.
Mm-hmm. Casey Lance. Oh, hey, just because last time I was here I mentioned I was homeless, I'm living with some extended family again while I look for work, so I have a roof and functional internet again.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear it.
Oh yeah, I think this is gonna work. This is gonna work out nice. I'm doing a little bit of a cheaty, not blend. It's not really even blending. I'm just painting really opaque layers on top of other layers, and so it looks like lovely blended transitions. I wonder when people paint all sorts of little scratches and nicks in a coat, do you think they do it at the very end or they plan it from the beginning?
Very end,
Yeah, it's gotta
probably.
be.
Are you gonna do that?
I think so. I feel like I could
Ooh.
use some. Mm-hmm.
You not agree with all that?
No, I think that's a little much.
Leave in the comments below. Was that a little
Mm-hmm.
too much? Or was that not even enough?
Oops. All right, now that's a little bit of a line that I'm gonna have to fix. Primaris PSYKER is underrated. This is
Yeah.
by far the cheapest Primaris on the Games Workshop web store. Anyone see Kilgore Void, by the way? The chat feels weird without him.
We have an Amber Alert going.
Yeah. Yeah, the police are searching.
I mean, it is Kwanzaa, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Could be that. Ah, there. Could not find one of the parts I was looking for.
Mm.
Brett S. Kilgore was here last stream, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Joey Flores. I think they mentioned they'd been filling orders pretty late into the day for their job. Still not an excuse, though.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
No, yeah, that's no excuse.
Dr. Jerkle. Maybe he lives in an area hit by the internet outages from the explosion in Nashville.
Mm.
That's not even an excuse.
No, definitely not.
I mean, just make the internet work. Obviously. There's some wild stuff. I love the video. Well, I don't love it, but it's very interesting to watch the video where you can hear the RV saying like it's gonna happen soon, and then you hear the start of the explosion, and then the screen's white, and then you hear all of the alarm noises and stuff. Kind of a very crazy, eerie thing. All I want to know is what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I want to know. I want the reason. I mean, you want it to be like a movie.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sure it's not going to be satisfying and boring, and nobody knows what happened forever. Or like they arrest the guy and the guy doesn't say what happened or why he did it, or she.
That's true.
But it's definitely a
100%.
Yeah. What video? Yeah, there's a video. It's not. They don't show the RV. They show it's just one of the buildings. But you can hear the sound from the RV going off, and then you hear the explosion, and then you get to see it all happen. And when I watched it, it spooked me because it just happened. It just exploded, and it's a little. It was. I think I had my sound a little too loud. I like to think. Did you ever see those somebody built those like metal structures like the metal. I like to think it's somehow connected to that.
Oh my goodness. That would be crazy. It's all connected.
Yeah, like those were also bombs, but they just didn't explode. Would that be fun?
Yeah, never. I feel like I only ever saw like the one picture of it.
I guess there was like two of them.
Because I feel like, you know, if somebody could get close enough to like really look at it, could start to see maybe how they're manufactured and that they're not real or something. But they really looked impressive from whatever angle they took the photos from.
Because there was the one in the desert, and there was the one in some Switzerland or something. Just a random country.
Yeah. It's too bad the more copycats didn't jump on board and they just pop up everywhere.
Oh, that'd be fun. I wonder if that's what happened. I wonder if that's why there was one in Switzerland.
That's what I would guess.
Dr. Drokel. No, there was a video of the RV exploding as well. Ah! Also, they think they may have found the guy, as some Google Maps images showed the same make/model of the RV in his backyard. And now it's gone. So is he.
Ah.
Oh, yep.
That would do it. I'm sure you're just gone fishing. Although it sounds like it could also be somebody with an RV went on a trip and it just got really unlucky with the timing.
Imagine if that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, this guy transferred the deed on his property 1 month before this happened, and the FBI had received 3 calls concerning him before this happened.
Great. Well, thank God the FBI is reading all our emails and stuff so that they catch this stuff before it happens.
Yeah. Because so they think they know who it was, but he's gone. I guess that's what it sounds like. Because I was wondering, is it better to leave? So let's say you have an RV, you blow up part of Nashville. Is it better to leave and go somewhere random, or is it better to stay put?
I think it's always better to leave, right? To hope that you get away.
Because my thing is, it's probably going to be easy to track you if you're driving through all the different states and you're going through different cities.
Well, I think you're just hoping to get to Mexico faster than they find you.
It's true. I'd go up to Canada.
That would be nicer. I feel like the Canadians are going to find you, though.
Yeah, I think that's
they're on the ball.
Yeah.
You're going to go in there for some socialized medicine.
Yeah.
Hey, did you blow up a bomb there in the...
Yeah, they might not care in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a very interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you wake up in the morning, you don't expect to hear about that. Bap.
Alright, that is a coat with some nice swooshes. Now, to carefully paint all the inside bits so that I don't mess up any of the outside bits. And I think I might do his cuffs purple as well.
That's a nice looking model.
Yeah.
I like his purple.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other part I gotta put on.
Yeah, let's break out the purple again. Is it all dry on my palette, though, because it was a couple hours ago? Probably. I think I'm going to paint purple on his little dick shroud.
Are there any Games Workshop models that don't have a dick shroud?
I mean, there's a lot. There's plenty, but
I mean, I like to make a joke, but
it's not
we're
rare.
not gonna do that. I don't know. I feel like every model needs to.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my orcs have them.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense because they wear pants.
That's true. They weren't on the outside. Yeah, well, maybe sometimes their hands get dirty. They need to wipe something to wipe on. You know, they take a crap, they need something to wipe with.
Looking good. Dick Shroud.
Let's see, how much can I paint with these colors on my palette?
I mean, you could dunk the whole thing in paint.
That's true.
In purple. Dr. Joko, all the GW models without the towel just hang out with the wang out.
Mm-hmm. Hanging out with the wang out. Yeah.
Hang out, wang out.
I'm gonna paint this little part purple too. I can't quite figure it out. I think it's part of an undershirt that's folding out. It's kind of weird and sticks out. This thing right here under his pouches.
I don't know what that is.
We need Eons of Battle Dick Shroud merch.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, if I had caught it before, I don't know. It's very odd looking. I think it is supposed to be like a bit of an undershirt poking out. I think.
Mm-hmm. So are we gonna sell Dick Shrouds? I would assume.
I think dicktowel.com is still operating. The Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Mm.
Ooh, and I'll do this on his cuffs too.
Dick Shroud.
I've been finding with the Zenithal that it's much better to glaze on your light color and then work in your dark. And you kind of ignore the medium. Because classically,
like psychics? A psychic medium?
Yeah. Because classically you do your base coat, and then you do a highlight of a lighter color, and then you do a shadow of a dark color.
Mm-hmm.
I think though the nice thing about doing your lights is that you kind of see what your brightest whites are going to be, and then you just darken after that. You just have to worry about darkening. Because like once the purple goes on over the white zenithal, it becomes kind of a pink.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what your brightest spots are going to look like. If you call it a dick shroud, people are going to think about foreskin.
Mm. Casey Lance. Cocktails seem to be the fashion accessory of the future. You would be on the ground floor ahead of everyone else selling them.
That's true. It's a good point.
All right, we're ending Eons of Battle.
Yeah.
And we're going to just do that now. The Shroud game.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine even ending Eons of Battle for any reason?
No, I don't.
Pretty dumb.
Never. We would never. All right, now for some purple shadows with some P3 beaten purple. Which I think is just one of the nicest purples. It's kind of a red purple. I mean, it's very purple, but it's not a cold purple. It's a warm purple. It's beaten purple.
Exactly. Could have said it better myself.
Mm-hmm. Hey, how's the Age of Sigmar stuff going? Still in the box, but I'm getting to it. Took it out of the box for the review and then put it back in the box. Yeah.
One day you'll get your Sigmar.
Yeah.
Your Sigmar on.
My Sigmarines, as some people like to call them.
And one day I'll get my Gloomspike gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Only if I'm a good boy and I finish everything else that I own.
Well, as long as the box is open, that's what truly counts.
Yeah.
The ghost dudes are hella fun to paint from the box you got. Yeah, the night haunts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like the night haunt banshees. I think they're really fun. They're empty. They have no faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is very neat.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have Gloomspike gets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have that this year.
This year.
I get it. I'm a big old dum-dum.
Yeah.
I'm in the future. I don't believe in time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Stormcasts are great canvases for learning non-metallic metal on. Man,
you're gonna paint yours non-metallic metals?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I think I'm gonna do oils, but maybe I could do non-metallic metal with oils.
Oh.
Man, Zach. Miniatures. I've been looking into getting my 40k relictors going, but it seems like 40k is such a mess compared to what I remember 10 years ago. If 10 years ago, there's a lot less models. Yeah, it has changed a lot since 10 years ago.
Are you gonna give him a magic forehead?
No, I think I am going to try really hard on his face. I would love to get better at faces. And this guy would be a great opportunity to try some stuff.
Casey Lance, don't worry, we all wish it was 2021 as well. No, we're very close.
Mm-hmm.
We are basically right there.
How does the song go? The end of the year song. The
There's an end of the year song?
yeah, they always sing it on New Year's. Uh and old acquaintance be forgot
Yeah.
and never brought to mind.
Casey Lance, I gotta run now, but it was great hanging out with you. Can I hang out again? I'll try and pop in for more streams, time willing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be
It's
here
good having you. We will.
unless we take a break for 3 years.
Yeah.
But we
For a
would never
couple
do
weeks.
that. We would never do that. We never have, and we never would take a many-year break from uploading.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like us?
Yeah. And we definitely wouldn't just ghost.
No.
We would tell everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because we did that twice.
Yeah. Manderzak Miniatures, I've been trying to list build and include a small Radical Inquisitor warband, but not only are they still too hot garbage to include for fluff, but it's a huge point sink to justify. Ooh, you know what model I love that Games Workshop made? The new Inquisitor in Space Marine armor, or in power armor, with a shuriken cannon and a little like monster friend. That's a cool model. I almost bought that model the other day. I placed an order for Games Workshop for some Necron stuff. Just a little order. It would have doubled if I had added that model. It's kind of nice that GW offers free shipping on orders over like $35. So basically, they just offer free shipping because everything they have is so expensive.
Well, what if you want to get one paint?
You'd go to the store and get it.
What if you don't live near a store?
Well, then just I guess don't buy Games Workshop.
That's an option?
I love themed armies though. I love the idea of like an army with a Radical Inquisitor or the Mexicrons or the Buzz Lightyear Marines.
Mm-hmm.
I love that stuff. I was thinking about getting the Silent King model for my Necrons. If I get them all painted, that would be a really cool centerpiece.
Mm.
And I think I would paint the Silent King in the appropriate Silent King colors, but I would paint his throne as my Necron colors.
Mm.
As if he showed up, and then my reanimation cryptex and stuff built him his throne in my Necron's color scheme, which is white and hot red.
Mm-hmm.
Red.
That's also my color scheme.
Mm-hmm. All right, dudes, gotta get some sleep. See you guys on Monday.
Yeah. See you Monday.
I think we're gonna wrap up pretty soon.
Yeah.
fun painting this guy, though. He is neat. And he's coming together pretty quick.
Yeah.
Gonna have to already think about what to paint next. We spent forever today agonizing over what we were gonna paint. Forever. Minutes.
Yeah, maybe even 2.
Yeah. You know, what do they want to see? What's hot?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Well, I own these.
Mm-hmm.
So, it could be these ones.
Yeah, definitely not that. You exactly got it right what didn't happen.
Fixing this thing that I put together and did a bad job on when I was 7 or whatever.
Paint a relictor includes fun conversion potential. What's the color scheme of the relictors? Are they the yellow and red ones that have a gradient? One thing I'm definitely going to paint up on stream one of these days is I want to paint a Lamenter. I love the Lamenter Space Marines. And that shoulder pad alone would probably be 2 or 3 streams. With the checkerboarding.
Or you could cheat and get the 3D printed ones.
Yeah, but I'd freehand it.
I know. They also don't. Remember we looked at them?
Yeah, they're not amazing.
I don't think they look very good.
I mean, if you don't have great painting chops, that's what you do, for sure. Because I mean, how else are you going to paint? You know, a couple dozen of those without the lines that help you.
Yeah.
They were sold by Pop Goes the Monkey, who sells Saturnine Terminators. I really want for way too much money.
Maybe they'll be on sale one day.
They are gray with black shoulder pad fields, silver chest emblems, and profile skull icons. Though at some point their icon was a grimacing skull, and their chest emblem was black.
So when are you sending us some?
SEM. Will you try Warcry? Probably.
Ooh.
Warcry seems neat.
I mean, as long as I can play my Gloomspite kits, I'll do it.
Joy Flares. If you guys want a couple of Paladins of the Lamenters, I think I have a couple. I got a while back lying around. I think I want the freehanding challenge. I think I want the challenge of painting a horribly tiny checkerboard and then painting the bleeding heart on top of that. How can you not do Warcry or Age of Sigmar after those hot hedonite reveals? Ooh, those are cool.
Yep, they're
I
pretty
like
cool.
the horse with a crab claw. That thing is sick.
Age of Sigmar has some of the best models.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just do.
Lamenters are yellow, right? Heard yellow is hard to paint. Is it true? Yellow can be tricky. Also, a lot of yellow paints are not of a very great quality. Lamenters are yellow with red trim, and their shoulder pad is a very detailed black and white checkerboard with a white dot in the middle, and inside the white is a heart with a few drops of blood falling out of it.
Yep.
So,
one of
yeah.
the easiest shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah. One thing we discovered on stream was if you're airbrushing yellow, if you paint pinks and purples underneath, they turn into like beautiful oranges and browns once the yellow's over them. Mm-hmm.
That's what I sounded like when you were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Good old those cute salamanders.
Yeah. One of them is still missing a foot.
You should ask Cobra Mode to just give you a foot. Just to print the foot.
I have foot. I have the foots. I just don't want to. Oh, that reminds me. I really need to send a thank you email to. Yes, no, I have to pee at least 3 more times. I have to send a nice thank you email to Draconis Fundamentus for sending me free stuff for some reason.
You should send him the video.
Yeah.
You paint the dragon lady.
Mm-hmm. Manzak miniatures, and yes, relictor color is boring, but they are literally the blurred line between loyalist and heretic. Also, a lot of details are open to interpretation. Are they barbaric, monastic, Greek? They sound kind of neat. I can't picture them for some reason, which is weird because I'm sure I drew a picture of them for that goddamn video. Relictors. 40k relictors.
Dragon waifu collab win.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So they're gray. And they have they're silvery gray. They have silver gray trim, and then they have black shoulder pads with a symbol. They are a little boring, but you know what? I would suggest they're simple enough that I think you can mix it up. Like you could do kind of neat stuff, like maybe veterans have black arms, or you could there's stuff to work with there. Peachy, Richie, and I are all working on Araby stuff for Age of Sigmar, seemingly all planned around the new Hedonite stuff, though I've been working on some stuff for years. Yeah, they look sweet. I like Slaanesh. I think
Pervert.
Yeah. I think it's neat. The only thing I think they never quite figured out exactly what they are. Because technically Slaanesh is like the god of excess. But like overeating is kind of Nurgle's thing, and being overly aggressive is Khorne's thing. So I guess the only thing left was noise. The noise, but then the noise marines kind of have noise. So yeah, the only thing left was like sex
pervert.
and drugs. Yeah, pervert.
I like Zinch.
Zinch. Ah, Zinch is great. Zinch. Oh my gosh.
Man, I don't know if it's Slanesh or Nurgle next.
I
Corn's
like
the most
Nurgle.
boring.
Corn is kind of the most boring. I mean, they're just average demons. One of my favorite quotes of all time is if the Emperor has a text-to-speech device, when Kitten says, "Haha, fuck you, Zinch, you're a nerd."
Yep.
A small herd of giraffes would go crazy. They love Emperor has a text-to-speech. Fuck you, Zinch, you're a nerd. Zinch is a nerd.
Nurgle's pretty
Believe
cool.
in the... Yeah. Gotta believe in the spleen of the cards. I've been wanting... I kind of want to start a little Nurgle kill team.
Yeah.
But Nurgle Marines, like the Games Workshop box of Nurgle Marines, has been sold out forever. Just forever. You can't get them on eBay. You can't get them on the secondhand market.
I wonder where that is.
I don't know.
I mean, a lot of people are painting them.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram, that's like what everyone's painting.
Yeah. There's a lot of options, though, if you're a Nurgle player, because you got unique sculpts in the box game that came out with Primaris and Nurgle. And then there's also these kits going around, Space Marine Heroes Wave 3, which is 10 more unique Nurgle sculpts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the Nurgle Marines that come in the box of 7, and then you've got you got a 3-pack of Nurgle Marines. I think it's called like the Nurgle Reinforcement or Plague Reinforcements. And then you've got all the unique characters that are Nurgle.
Mm-hmm.
So really, if you're a Nurgle player, your cup spilleth over.
Mm-hmm.
Mandrazak Miniatures. Yes, really, everything fuels Slanesh. But if everything fuels Slanesh, then how do you have a coherent army and scheme and... So I kind of get why people struggle, because you want your army to be uniform and look nice. But Slanesh is so varied in what it like is.
Well, don't be a noob, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Step 1.
Nurgle has always been the entry, low-hanging fruit. Very easy to paint and show multiple techniques on. Yeah, what's actually kind of become a thing is people taking Nurgle and painting them perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, perfect blends and highlights and absolutely no slop whatsoever.
That's what I was referring to on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. I mean, that's like what everyone's doing.
Mm-hmm. They're good-looking models.
Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people do some neat stuff with the Gloomspite kits too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It could be because I really like them a lot more than anything, but people really, when they get those models, they do a good job.
Mm-hmm. Easy for new players to paint and good for higher painters to show off skills. Yeah, and isn't that the dream?
To be a higher painter.
Well, yeah, but also just to have models that are perfect for beginners and for people who are very seasoned in painting. For Age of Sigmar Slanesh, I think the Indo-Persian look was checking all the boxes. Yeah, it's super cool. I thought Slanesh was fueled by protein-based liquids.
love a good Tzeentch
Mm-hmm.
of the demons.
The only thing I don't love about Tzeentch, and I guess it's part of Tzeentch's thing, is change. But I don't think the Tzeentch units kind of go together very well. The discs of Tzeentch, the flamers of Tzeentch, and the horrors.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're all very different.
Mm-hmm. Not if they're all in gray plastic.
That's true. They'd all be very much the same.
I don't know. I guess it's nice that things go together, but sometimes it's nice that they don't.
That's true. And then you've
And
got
it's a little boring when you have a million orc boys.
Mm-hmm. Or then you've got the true crazies who just have, models from all four gods.
Ah, yeah, those people.
That used to be how the start collecting was. It was you got a couple of demons, you got some I think seekers, demonette seekers, and then you got some discs of Tzeentch, and I think some horrors.
Yeah, that'd be a little cool.
Mm-hmm. Have you considered getting wild with Mordheim? What is Mordheim? I keep hearing the name. I think that's on the Age of Sigmar end of the game of Games Workshop.
I think I know. Is that what people refer to as a Morty?
I don't know. Would love some generic Be'lakor demons. Ooh, you know what's a great model? Be'lakor, the demon prince. That's a great model. Forever, I didn't think they sold it anymore because I don't think it pops up if you're looking under 40k, but they still sell it for the fantasy. In Age of Sigmar fantasy. I wish they still sold the old demon prince, the one that was made of metal. That was a cool sculpt. I think it's actually better than the plastic. I think the problem with the plastic is it's dual kit for both Age of Sigmar and 40k, and so I don't think it does either of them perfectly. Mordheim is the first Warhammer fantasy-based skirmish game. Best game Games Workshop ever put out. Do they still make it?
Wesley Favreau, love the purple. It's a nice purple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm digging it. Mordheim came out way before Age of Sigmar, around the time of 40k 3rd edition.
So they don't make it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Probably won't get into it then. But I think Warcry and the other fantasy game looks fun. Sergeant Beans, glad this channel is back. Gonna start painting again.
Yeah.
Dr. Trouble, no. If it's good, Games Workshop usually stops making it. Mordheim came out in 99. An oldie but a goldie.
Yeah. Well, I was 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I was definitely into it back then.
I was 3, so I was basically a champion. Uh,
Yeah.
played a lot of
You
tourneys.
you could pee in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
You were the true whiz kid back then.
Yeah. The game is honestly better than Warcry. Neat. I don't know though. Like, so it was a really good game, but it must have had a falling out of popularity if Games Workshop stopped making it.
And he still pees in the toilet to this very day.
Yeah.
And often during the stream.
Mm-hmm. Carlos Lamas, painting 5 things right now. Chaplain Outrider Bike, Hellblaster, Age of Sigmar Knight Incantor, Assault Centurion, and Primaris Inceptors. Wow. That's quite a spread.
That's the kind of spread that you'd see in a centerfold.
Mm-hmm. I know the Miniac and Ninjan just put out another podcast episode where they ranked games.
Mm-hmm.
And Miniac had in last place was Kill Team, and in second to last place was Age of Sigmar and Warcry and 40k, and in first place was Warhammer Fantasy Battles. Ninjan was pretty much flipped. He liked all the new stuff. Back when Games Workshop was ruled by the bad man, Kirby, hardly any armies were released yearly or even updated. There was no news and minimal yearly releases. The dark days before the Empire. Fantasy died because the company literally gave it no love. 2-man-old neckbeards killed it because they didn't want to buy new models for their armies. Warhammer Fantasy was the ugly stepchild of 40k. Yeah, well, I know they did give it a nice last hurrah with Warhammer End Times, where they got lots of new books, lots of new models, and then they killed it. Arthur Ortega, how long did it take you to get to a good painting level? Like 7 years.
Well, to get to a good
to get to a good
level?
painting level? I don't know, a few years? 2 or 3? Like
it really
like,
is. It really. I don't know if it's See, because the thing is, when you say years, it's confusing, because it's about how much you do it.
That's true.
Like if it's like a year of doing it every day, I think, that's probably good, because you paint a lot.
A lot, yeah. I mean, if anyone has seen the video where I show off every model I've ever painted. It's a lot of models. But for years, though, I didn't paint characters because I didn't feel like I was good enough. Like, I I probably was collecting Necrons for over a year before I bought an HQ, and then I painted it badly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to get good at painting fast, just painting random stuff and lots of it, trying out different colors, different techniques, just, reps, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Trying to see how few hours you can put into a model, trying to see how many hours you can put into a model. Zach Miniatures. A lot of those new models at the end times were actually slated for Age of Sigmar. They just incorporated them in early. Oh, neat.
I don't know if you know this, but I really want to play Gloomspite Gits.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're so cute. I'm gonna make them psychedelic themed, which I don't know if fits with the army. I have to read.
Mm-hmm.
But that'd be kind of fun.
I could believe it's got to be psychedelic with a Gloomspite Git. What the heck is a gloom?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, speaking of gloom,
yeah.
it's almost that time.
It is almost that time. I think we're over that time because we said 12.
That is true. We always go to whenever.
Oh yeah, we have too much fun.
Remember the chaplain on bike? I think did we film that? Did we finish that on a Patreon only? Because I feel like we went to like 1:30.
Or
maybe I just remember being that sleepy.
Yeah.
It was late though.
It was late.
But yeah, though, I think this is a good stopping point. The purple is done and the brown is done. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really slick.
Mm-hmm. Looking real cute. They got a lot of good work done on these mech guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Out damn standing, says Carlos. Yeah.
I mean, White Dwarf rules. I have never bought a White Dwarf in my life. What happens if, like, I collect Necrons, but the White Dwarf came out, like, 5 months ago that had Necron stuff in it? Like, do they keep the year of White Dwarfs available, or do you just have to kind of get lucky?
Yeah, it's a little, feels a little BS-y.
Purple is really nice. I like the purple. I like the purple and brown combo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, because, I mean, it'd be really easy to go crazy with colors, like, silvers for the staff, oranges for his little psychic tubes, greens. I think I'm going to try to keep the colors down. Because I want each color to be very striking. And when you have a lot of colors, it can look kind of like you don't know what to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I know blue is usually the psychic color, but I actually think red would look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll just do that instead. Maybe he's casting a spell currently that produces red magic instead of the more typical blue magic.
And the red would tie into the other Lost Patrol guys.
That is true.
Which would be pretty neat.
Actor Joke, my local game store has tons of old White Dwarf issues at one time. Once they were old, they sold them much cheaper than cover price. I think they were glad to get rid of them at some point.
Yeah, probably.
But newer editions and new codexes always overwritten the previous mentioned rules unless specifically mentioned. That is tricky because I guess if you are actively playing, you want all the new rules, you want all the new abilities, you want all the new data cards and FAQs, but it can
Mhm.
feel really overwhelming if you're kind of on the periphery
Mhm.
and you're like, yeah, I'd like to play my orcs again, but like, what books do I need? What am I forgetting?
Yes.
What don't I
Put
know?
put everything online
Yeah.
and make sure it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Put it all online and
Yeah,
make sure it makes sense.
it's really annoying to be like, oh yeah, I kind of want to hop back in with my Necrons. Oh, you need the chapter approved 2019 because in there you got the new Imotech rules, and my eyes have already glazed over.
Yeah.
I think
Wesley Favreau. I think that's why they want people to hop on the app train for $5
yeah.
a month
Hmm.
plus codex. Yeah, $5 a month is a little steep. I would do a
Yeah.
dollar a month.
I could do $5 a month if you did not have to buy the codexes. Like if five
Ah.
dollars a month bought you all the codexes, that would be instant yes. I think. Like if I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna read the demons rule book today. Let's see what they're
Mhm.
about. And that's how it should be because what happens if like you want to play and you're like, ooh, I know this guy plays Tau and I want to cream him, so I'm gonna stay up and I'm gonna read the Tau rules with my $5 app.
Mhm.
That would be sweet. But if you have to buy, your $50 codex to unlock those pages in the app, that seems a little
No.
poopy.
On top of paying $5 a month?
Yes, that's how it currently
No.
is.
Nope. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
People should pirate the rules.
Or yeah, or just use Battlescribe.
Yep. Yes. People should if they're gonna make it that hard, people should just pirate the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, Wesley Favreau, 100% agree. I'd pay $7 a month for everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wait, did you just say did make it make sense in GW in the same sentence? Come on now.
uh,
All right. See you
yeah.
later, Joey Flores.
Yeah. See you later, everyone. Because we're
Yeah.
good
We'll,
night.
we'll be back on Monday at 9 p.m. Central.
Yes, we will.
So if you want to keep watching fun streams.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good night.
Good night. End.